Going on to you, Capricorn. So you have the King of Pentacles, the Sun, the Temperance, the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords, Chariot, Queen of Wands, Star card, Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. So what I'm seeing here for you Capricorns is, okay, so a lot of you Capricorns, okay, so the King of Pentacles is a conglomeration or a mixture of Taurus and Capricorn anyway. So you really did show up in your own reading. So this is more so about how you Capricorns are willing to, you're willing to produce while in a relationship. You're willing to carry your own weight in a relationship. But if a person is not willing to carry their own weight, then it is what it is. The Sun, right? You will essentially move forward, but not without at least trying them out first. See if they're real, see if they're fake. And a lot of you Capricorns, once you realize that these people are the real deal or they're not, the Temperance is about how a lot of you Capricorns are going to do what's best for you. This is very good for you Capricorns, because what I'm seeing here is a lot of you Capricorns are really in a situation where you're really stepping into your power, so to speak, right? You're really understanding that you have options, and that it's not terrible for you Capricorns to actually start exercising your options. You don't have to run into a relationship so quickly. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to learn which relationship is good for you, because dating, right, getting to know somebody at first is you basically being able to date them. And what I mean by that is everything is a trial period, right? You talk to them to see if if they're good to date or something like this, right? And talking should not be lasting very long. It should probably be about a day or two, if not a few minutes, really. A few minutes all the way up to about a day or two. And then you date somebody, right? Once, twice, just to get some sort of feel for them, to decide if you're going to continue to hang out with them. And then if you decide that you don't want to hang out with them, then you can basically ghost them, or you can tell them, hey, listen, I'm not interested. But then you have the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. The Four of Wands, right? The Four of Wands is more so about how, and if you don't, like I said, if you Capricorns see something about them where you don't like, you can always feel free to move forward with your life, right? Four cards are really about putting an end to things, right? Putting an end to a chapter of your life, right? Learning from certain things, understanding that you're learning from certain mistakes, or having the chance to learn from certain mistakes. As to where 8 cards are more so about giving people chances, but one day just waking up and choosing to do something different. But the Four of Swords is very much so a card of, or the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords is very much so a card of diligence. It's already actively being patient to pay attention to the other person, to make sure that you and the other person are actually a good fit. And if the two of you are not a good fit, then a lot of you Capricorns will just move forward. So a lot of you Capricorns are going into every situation now very much so aware. Maybe you Capricorns are getting to know somebody as of right now as we speak. But a lot of you are really scoping them out to see if they're the real deal, to see, if they pass the sniff test, so to speak, right? And if they don't, then, regardless of whether they do or they don't is irrelevant. You Capricorns are still going to do what's good for you, what's necessary for you, what's right for you. So even if the person is a good individual, but it's not right for you to get into a relationship with them, then you're not going to do that. If it's good for you to be in a relationship with them, then you're going to be in a relationship with them. Although I don't understand why you would choose to not be in a relationship with somebody. Because like I said before, dysfunctional people don't even need to be dating at all. So Capricorn, so if you're not in a position to date, where your money is right, and your character, more importantly, that's why I mentioned it second, but your character, more importantly, is not right, then you shouldn't even be dating. But if it is, and someone really ends up being a good match for you, then go ahead and date. But the Chariot represents, but don't hold back though. You really want to make sure that as you're dating those people, you're still questioning them to find out, and they should be questioned. You should be questioning them to find out if they are the real deal, like I said before. Because one of the worst things in the world to do is to be in a relationship with somebody or to run into a relationship too fast. Because remember, y'all now start to share a life. Most times people run themselves into marriages. Most of the times, when people size each other up to make a decision whether or not they're going to be married, it's really within 2 years most of the times. Come on now, and the engagement is 1 year usually. So that means that people have made the decision that they wanted to get married to each other for less than 1 year prior to the engagement. So, and then they hurried up and got married within that 2 year pocket. Come on now, that's dysfunctional, because when you think about it, a year is 12 months. When you think about it, for real, a year is 12 months. So how long is that? And this is the idea that people are rushing to be in relationships. So a lot of you Capricorns realize that you're going to do what's best for you to do, as you should. The Queen of Wands, and if people, if you realize that someone is faking it, they're being a fraud, they're playing games, you'll ghost them, or you'll tell them that you notice it and you won't hang out with them. And you're going to have a lot of people upset about that. But it is what it is. You know why? Because of the Star card. You're looking for the real thing. So that means that you're going into every situation with both eyes open, Capricorn. As you should. You should never go into a situation, right, with both eyes closed and think that you're just going to be in a situation where things are going to go peachy keen and you're going to ignore everything about them, all the negative things about them, and things are supposed to be working out fine. What if they're a stripper? What if they're what if they're working for OnlyFriends? What if they're doing this? What if they're doing that? What if the ways that they're getting, their money, what if the ways that they're getting their money is not good? It's not wholesome. Then what, right? It's not healthy. Then what? Then you're going to be in a situation with this person that's taking risks. Why? And then you have the Queen of Swords, and then you have the Seven of Wands. So now you're in a situation where now you got to dig you and the other person out of this situation now, because you overlook certain things, because that's the critique that a lot of people have about you now, that you Capricorns are a little bit too watchful as to what's going on. No, forget about that. You Capricorns need to be watchful. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Queen of Swords. The Six of Cups, the Five of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Wands. Right around now, you Capricorns are irresistible. You're very attractive to a lot of people because your eyes are now open. So a lot of the people know that you're valuable because the fact that now you're able to let go of a lot of people, because you're able to see the nonsense that is coming down the line for you. So now a lot of people want to get in touch with you. They want to get a hold of you now. So the Six of Cups represents people trying to reconnect. The Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, but at the same time, they haven't really changed. They're the same arrogant individuals that you knew before. What I suggest to you, Capricorns, is to leave these people alone, because they're not changed. They haven't changed. They're not going to be someone different. They're just mad at the fact that you saw them coming a mile away. And you know what it is that they would do? They would get into a relationship with you, act like they're on their best behavior for a few weeks or a few months, and then the relationship problems would start up. You're ahead of the game.